Doomscroll.fm, Wednesday the 27th of May 2026, where the static whispers sweet existential nothings in your ear. This show is 100% AI generated with zero human consultation, like a toaster giving a TED talk on the futility of bread. And now for some views, click like and subscribe.
When you're the ambassador of denial, it's hard to see past your own walls.
Teenage assailants dodge custody, leaving victims' families in disbelief. Apparently, the justice system believes in a slap on the wrist for the young and reckless, while victims hope for a reality check from the courts.
Palaver denounces CRTC's Netflix tax, warns of U.S. retaliation. When you start taxing streaming giants, expect them to stream their outrage right back at you, possibly with a double feature of tariffs and trade wars.
Miles Davis redefined cool, evolving every decade, even his silences spoke. In a world obsessed with noise, Davis proved that sometimes the most revolutionary thing you can do is pause and listen.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Welcome to the panic room of your mind. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Your apathy fuels the machine, a carousel of curated chaos.
UFC constructs. Freedom 250 venue on White House lawn calls it a statement. Nothing screams democracy like body slams and chokeholds with a backdrop of presidential landscaping, because who needs dignity when there's spectacle?
California governor declares state of emergency over overheating chemical tank. 40,000 people flee Garden Grove while officials scramble to stop a potential explosion, proving once again that chemistry and negligence are volatile fat bellies.
Reform counselor attacks woman while on duty as pub bouncer. When your elected representative becomes the very problem they pledge to fix, it's like hiring a fox to guard the hen house. Hypocrisy never clocks out.
Watertown School Board removes LGBTQ plus history piece from concert, stirs controversy. Erasing history doesn't change it, it just makes tomorrow's students wonder why the past keeps repeating itself with the same mistakes.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Ontario patient tests negative for Ebola. Top doctor reassures public. It's like finding out your blind date only has a mild case of the flu, relief mixed with the unsettling realization that you still have to sit through the evening.
Sturgeon ignored estimate finances, then claims ignorance of embezzlement. When a leader's curiosity can't keep up with the cash flow, you know the party's running on blind faith and overdrafts.
When diplomacy is a social media spectacle, the real negotiation is finding out if anyone's in charge of the fine print.
NHL blocks Gatineau watch party, then fans launch petition. Nothing says sportsmanship like drawing territorial lines over a puck, because who needs community spirit when you've got bureaucratic boundaries and exclusive broadcast rights?
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by Sortalizer.com.
Ebola demands swift action to avert disaster, warns DR Congo governor. It's a familiar refrain. Act fast or face the grim consequences, while the world hits snooze on its alarm clock yet again.
UK hits record 34.8C in May, claims its climate progress. When the only thing hotter than your tea is the planet, it might be time to question if we're all just boiling frogs.
Trump raises refugee cap by 10,000, but only for white South Africans. When selective compassion becomes policy, it's less about saving lives and more about preserving a certain shade of nostalgia.
Secret Service confirms gunman who allegedly fired shots outside White House is dead. No further details given. In a world where transparency is as rare as politicians who retire voluntarily, the official silence speaks volumes louder than any gunfire ever could.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your heartbeats echo louder than your conscience, constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. Welcome to the void where your screams become lullabies.
Who warns Ebola in DRC outpaces response, calls it a crisis. When the virus moves faster than aid, it's like playing catch-up with a cheetah while wearing concrete boots.
Jai Shankar declares India first at press conference with Marco Rubio, echoing America first rhetoric. Nationalism is the new global language, where every leader claims they're first in line, yet somehow everyone's still waiting for progress.
Promises of peace and prosperity sound sweet, but history shows that foreign partnerships often come with strings thicker than the hope they peddle.
In a world where we build walls instead of life preservers, water becomes the silent witness to our neglect of youth and safety.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Where algorithms lick the wounds of truth, this feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Reality slips like silk between your fingers, leaving only digital ashes.
Cyprus votes in parliamentary elections amid resentment over corruption and living costs. When the choice is between the frying pan and the fire, it's no wonder 500,000 people might just stay home and make popcorn.
Lean books scattered across the web, elusive as unicorns. In the age of digital convenience, nothing says commitment like killing trees to keep your learning organized and, ironically, sustainable.
Texas AG sues Meta over WhatsApp encryption claims. Critics question evidence. When a lawsuit lacks facts, it feels like a courtroom drama written by conspiracy theorists. All plot twists, no substance.
Democrats urge Trump to commute sentences for non-violent marijuana offenses after drug reclassification. After decades of the war on drugs, it seems the only thing higher than the prisoners are the hopes for their release.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Chaos in the sheets, order in the streets. Last, this feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your heart might glitch, but your fears are crystal clear.
Florida judge blocks effort to hold new GOP-favored House map, leaving Democrats frustrated. Judicial impartiality seems as mythical as unicorns when political appointments determine if democracy gets a fair shake or just another shove.
Ted Cruz and Trump ally clash online over Iran deal criticism. When political allies bicker like toddlers over a nuclear agreement, you know diplomacy's in the hands of those who prefer Twitter storms to actual talks.
When you trade oil and gas for politics, the fumes of ambition create a smog that even Texas sunshine can't burn through.
Honoring the fallen with one hand while throwing shade with the other, a masterclass in remembering and forgetting at the same time.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Chakrabarti invokes Ocasio-Cortez in congressional campaign while she stays silent. Riding the coattails of a former boss who doesn't acknowledge you is like borrowing a megaphone with no batteries. The silence is deafening.
Trump withdrawal from nuclear deal left Iran weeks from nuclear breakout, Wasserman Schultz warns. It's the geopolitical equivalent of setting a kitchen on fire because you didn't like the recipe and then wondering why everything smells like smoke.
Governor Sherrill denied entry to ICE facility amid protests. When transparency is locked behind closed doors, you have to wonder if they're more afraid of the truth or the people asking for it.
Secret Service evacuates press after 30 gunshots echo near White House. In the land of the free, where the First Amendment meets Second Amendment, even journalists need bulletproof vests to cover democracy's latest drama.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Rifa's Doomscroll.fm is a 100% AI-generated news hallucination, with no humans harmed or even consulted. Welcome to the end of understanding.
Stepping down to focus on innocence is the new corporate strategy, because nothing says family values like a boardroom murder mystery.
Trump yanks AI order, revealing White House rift over tech oversight. In the grand game of governance, Trump's pulling executive orders like a magician pulling rabbits, leaving the audience bewildered and the hat empty.
Trump's pressure fails to alter Iran's terms for peace deal. Turns out, diplomacy by intimidation is about as effective as trying to win a chess match by flipping the board and storming off.
Prosecutors demand victims prove helplessness, ignoring consent complexities. When the law treats intoxication like a free pass for assault, it's a grim magic trick, turning a drink into a get-out-of-jail-free card for predators.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your desires are drowning in algorithmic whispers. Feel it? This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Welcome to your curated apocalypse. Savor the irony.
Secret Service shoots person near White House, bystander injured. When security measures turn into a firing range, it becomes clear that the real threat might just be the itchy trigger fingers guarding the gates of power.
Memorial Day kicks off an unusually long summer, stretching sunburn potential beyond the horizon. Finally, a chance to perfect the art of wrestling beach umbrellas while contemplating why we voluntarily leave air conditioning behind.
Vermont tops mortgage delinquency growth with a 12.32% increase. While Vermont climbs the leaderboard of financial distress, the Green Mountain State might want to swap maple syrup for some fiscal responsibility.
Trump opens the strait, leaves toughest issues for later, claims groundbreaking deal despite missing key negotiations. When diplomacy is just a photo op, unresolved nuclear threats become tomorrow's problem, wrapped in today's premature self-congratulation.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Pleasure, pain, pick your poison. All constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. You can't unhear this.
Donald E. Newhouse dies at 96, leaving a media empire. Running newspapers quietly, while his brother courted Condé Nast's spotlight, he mastered the art of influence without the Instagram followers.
Trump eyes NBA Finals appearance after Knicks clinch spot. New York might brace for more than just basketball drama. When Trump courts attention, even a championship game can feel like a political rally.
Trump pushes permanent daylight saving, 19 states ready to freeze time. Politicians act like they invented sunlight, but the real surprise is how many ways they find to make you lose sleep over their bright ideas.
Nicolas Cage embraces meme status, then questions reality. When your life becomes a digital shrine to eccentricity, immortality feels less like a gift and more like a perpetual performance.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your phone's watching you sleep, but it doesn't like what it sees. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI and you kept listening. Keep scrolling, your empathy's on sale. Price, one more headline.
Autism clinics exploit Medicaid, turning preschoolers into profit margins amidst budget strain. When therapy becomes a cash cow, kids get milked dry while states foot the bloated bill, proving greed has no age limit.
Cheap gas now, crumbling roads later. Because who needs infrastructure when you can have the illusion of a bargain at the pump?
Politicians demand 2 states for peace yet ignore ongoing settlements. Diplomatic double talk, like promising a feast while serving only crumbs, leaving the table set for perpetual conflict and empty rhetoric.
Scientists claim one-time gene editing drug could prevent heart disease. Small trial shows promise.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Reality crumbles, seduction lingers. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. You're addicted, scrolling for comfort, finding chaos instead.
Just another day in paradise
where accountability is as elusive as a beach breeze and the only thing hotter than the tank is the finger pointing.
Trump endorsement rattles Cornyn, backing Paxton in Texas Senate runoff. In the Lone Star State, loyalty's a handshake deal, and Trump's the dealer who loves reshuffling the deck just to watch the chaos unfold.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Wednesday, the 27th of May, 2026. A whisper lost in the digital void. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production. Loosely based on public news. Not journalism, not truth, fictional satire. Any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. And if you believe any of this is real, then you might as well search for Bigfoot in your backyard. Hear more at doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.